Prepare to unwind with a story to soothe your heart and mind. Marigold and the Seasons of Tea. This story is about the friendship between Marigold and Tea as they experience the beautiful changes of seasons together. I've always been here was always tougher with an inward desire. She shared her life and the inject full call who eventually waste several of seasons whose anomalies that sits up on her saddle exfoliate her hair lice signals fleeing up who color test their hair west so safely and express itself aware which still was see in of a civil the city and was said it had. Here's the new story to bring you closer to peace. Azalea and Tansy's Playful Night. His story is about the playful bond between a girl named Azalea and a forest guardian named Tansy as they enjoy a magical night of hide-and-seek in the enchanting forest. In a quaint village nestled against the edge of a vast, whispering forest, lived a young girl named Azalea. Her hair is as fiery as autumn leaves, and her spirit as lively as a squirrel darting between branches. Every evening, as the sun dipped beneath the horizon, Azalea would venture near the tree line, her heart beating in playful anticipation of the magic that awaited. Deep within that sprawling wilderness, there lived a forest guardian named Tansy. Tansy was as old as the trees themselves, with eyes that shimmered like moonlit streams and laughter that tinkled like wind chimes. Though ancient by nature, Tansy possessed an eternal youth that mirrored the playful soul of any child. Azalea had first met Tansy on an evening when the stars winked mischievously through the canopy above. Since that chance encounter, they had become the closest of friends, sharing adventures that brimmed with whimsical delight. On one particular evening, Azalea arrived at the edge of the forest, under a sky painted with hues of lavender and rose. Her eyes sparkled with excitement as she called out, "Tansy, where are you?" The trees rustled in response, and soon a playful breeze swirled round her, carrying Tansy's laughter as if it were composed of the forest's own melodies. Out from the shadows stepped Tansy, adorned in a garb woven from leaves and flowers that glowed softly in the twilight. "Azalea," Tansy greeted warmly, "ready for another adventure tonight?" Azalea nodded eagerly, her eagerness reflected in the shimmering leaves. "Let's play hide and seek," she proposed, and how much Tansy adored the game. Tansy clapped her hands in delight, setting off tiny sparkles that danced like fireflies. "Then let the forest be our playground." With that declaration, Tansy vanished into the dense foliage, leaving a trail of laughter echoing in her wake. Azalea plunged into the woods, her laughter merging with Tansy's as she darted between the old oaks and birches, brushing past ferns that tickled her ankles. Every corner of the forest felt alive, whispering secrets and giggling along with them. Hours seemed like minutes under the spell of their enchantment. When at last Azalea found Tansy hidden beneath a cascade of ivy, the moon was high, illuminating the guardian's face with its silvery light. Exhausted but joyous, the pair settled on a carpet of moss, breathing in the rich scent of earth and flora. "You are a wonderful seeker, Azalea," Tansy complimented, her voice a melodic whisper against the night. Azalea beamed, brushing a tangled curl from her cheek. "Only because you are a marvelous hider." They lay there, gazing at the constellations that were only visible from this secret spot in the woods. As the crickets composed a symphony around them, Azalea whispered, "I wish every night could be like this." Tansy smiled, her eyes twinkling under the stars. "It can be whenever your heart remains joyful and free." With that promise, they stayed beneath the endless sky, talking of dreams and stories until sleep crept softly upon them. The forest cradled them in its gentle embrace, a sanctuary for both human and guardian. And so, another playful night went down in their cherished memories, glowing as brightly as the constellations they had counted. The bond between Azalea and Tansy only grew stronger, rooted deeply as the ancient trees around them. Let's explore a new tale, soft and warm. Lotus and Poppy, a tale of fairness. This story is about Lotus and Poppy discovering the true meaning of fairness during their adventures in an enchanted forest. Once upon a time, in the quaint village nestled beside whispering woods, lived a delightful girl named Lotus. Her hair cascaded like streams of golden sunlight, and her eyes sparkled with the warmth of morning dew. Her heart was known for its kindness and fairness, qualities cherished by all who knew her. Near this village lay an enchanted woodland, where her creatures of all kinds frolicked in harmony. Among them was Poppy, a chipmunk whose spirit brimmed with curiosity and adventure. His throat was the color of cinnamon, and his eyes twinkled like stars on a clear night. Poppy and Lotus were inseparable, sharing countless afternoons exploring the magical forest, playing hide and seek under the watchful eyes of ancient oaks. One fine day, Poppy came across a basket filled with dazzling gems and delicious nuts. He was overjoyed, thinking of all the wonders he could buy and the ample feasts he could have. But then, he paused, realizing he had not found the treasure alone. Lotus had been by his side, guiding him through the maze of trees and brambles. Though tempted, Poppy knew deep down that the right thing was to share the bounty fairly. He scampered off to find Lotus. Meanwhile, Lotus was busy easing a makeshift swing crafted from vines, echoing melodies that melted into the breeze. As Poppy approached, she welcomed him with a smile that could rival any sunrise. "Look what I found," Poppy exclaimed, pointing to the glittering basket. Lotus examined the treasure, her heart filled with wonder. Yet she said, "These gems are precious, but our friendship is golden." It was then that Poppy understood the true worth of fairness, not in the value of jewels or nuts, but in the bond they shared as companions. Together, they divided the treasure equally, oh so carefully, ensuring that neither felt left out or overshadowed by greed. As dusk settled, painting the sky with hues of lavender and gold, Lotus and Poppy sat on their favorite rock by the brook. They swapped tales of old adventures, giggling and relishing every nut and gem, just as important as every moment they shared. Through the shimmering curtain of twilight, the village and forest washed, wrapped in the serenity of tranquility and fairness taught by these two friends. Let's move gently to the next heartwarming tale. Ophelia and the Embrace of Adventure. This story is about Ophelia, who teaches Susan the magic in quilting, showing that adventure's embrace holds both discoveries and friendship. In the quaint village of Elder Grove, nestled amidst lush, emerald hills, lived a gentle soul named Ophelia. She was known for her unyielding kindness and her ability to make every person feel cherished. Her small cottage was enveloped by an iridescent garden, where flowers danced in the breeze and bees orchestrated melodious hums. Amongst the flowers sprung Ophelia's favorite, the white yarrow, symbolizing healing and protection. One day, Ophelia sat by her window, sewing a quilt with patches of vibrant colors that mimicked the blooming landscape outside. The intricate patterns seemed almost alive, narrating tales of joy and certainty. As she walked, a young girl named Susan arrived on her footsteps, her eyes sparkling with curiosity and adventure. Susan was the generous child of Elder Grove, known for exploring the hidden corners of the village and spinning stories out of simple moments. With a gentle knock, she entered the cottage, feeling the warm embrace of the homely aroma of freshly baked bread. "I want to learn about the magic in your quilts," Susan said, her voice filled with awe. Nicolia smiled warmly, understanding the young girl's thirst for wonder. Every quilt has a history, a journey, explained, allowing Susan's tiny hands to touch the softness of the quilt fabric. You see, the quilts are like a map, she continued, pointing to a patch leaving a starry night, guiding us through dreams and memories. Inspired by this newfound mystery, Susan decided to create her quilt, a tapestry of her adventures. Under Ophelia's thoughtful guidance, Susan stitched together patches representing babbling brooks, towering trees, and golden fields. As the moon ascended the sky, casting pearly light into the room, the quilt grew into a vibrant emblem of Susan's spirited explorations. Together, Achille and Susan laughed, embraced by a warmth of shared stories and dreams as vivid as the quilt itself. Before parting, Achille handed Susan a small yarrow flower, its white petals shining like stars under the moonlight. Let it be a symbol for you, she whispered, a symbol that every adventure is an embrace waiting to happen. Susan nodded, observing the tenderness in the gesture, knowing that each adventure was both a discovery and an embrace. With hearts entwined, the two parted ways, leaving behind a story woven into fabric, with each thread a token of friendship and shared dreams, a testament to elder growth's spirit and the bonding power of adventure's embrace. May peace carry into tomorrow. Sweet dreams.